Oh yeah.
Be able to see both chats.
I don't know. We're about to find out, but I'm live right now.
Okay. Let's see. Is it?
What'd you say?
Oh, there you are. There you are.
Do you see it on YouTube?
I see. Yep.
Sick.
I'm on live.
How do I sound?
What's that? Oh, it sounds good. Wait, let me refresh it.
Sick.
It's just laggy. If you want to try audio though, I can.
Yeah, I got you. Let's do.
How do I sound?
Pretty laggy. That's hilarious.
Oh, it sounds good. Wait, let me refresh it. Sick. Like 5 seconds. I'll hear it. It's just laggy. If you want to try audio though, I can. Yeah, I got you.
So funny.
Sounded good.
Nice. All right, cool. Can you say something in the chat? I just want to. Oh, Elliot is in there. It's amazing. He's there early. Go. Yes, sir. Oh, I can't. Can I type? Let me see. Oh, let's go. We're in there. We're in there. How does it look on YouTube? I'm gonna.
It looks good. I'll show you.
Sick.
It's just yeah.
Can you text me that link? Can you text me that link so I can post it?
Yeah.
Let's go. Can you text me the Twitch link too? That would honestly be so fire.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go rip this.
Alrighty.
All right, peace, man.
YouTube. I'll send them over.
All right, thanks, man. Peace.
You'll see.
Elliot, are you tuning in from Twitch or from YouTube? Trying out this new angle here, you know? And it feels right. All right. Twitch gang. Wow. All right. Time to rip these links. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I do have two. You want to try YouTube? Dum 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 dum. Dum. Link. Ooh, you can only add one link to your story. Yeah, just look at the channel. Dum, 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 dum. Let me get this Twitch stream up here. Twitch link, rather. You learn something new. All right. Sorry if there's like some phasey noise here. That is just The Farfisa plugin. I need to look through this project real quick and just make sure there's no stupid shit. I mean, there probably is. I don't even know what that is. What is this? It's in the end. Oh, it had that one plugin. Nice. I'm gonna open up Twitch on my phone too. It's gonna be the final piece right there, and then we're gonna rip. Let me go to my own page. Boom. Boom. Currently live. Wow. Now I'm gonna go to the YouTube one. There he is. Alright, cool. I'm gonna wait for like one or two more people to pop in. Then we're gonna go over Poison. All right. What's Ripski? Elliot, are you still here? Young Elliot in the chat. Nice. Okie doke. So this here is the project file for my song Poison. And I put this song out, wow, almost a year ago today. Actually, a little over a year and 3 days ago. It was part of an EP called Overstimulated. And yeah. It's one of my favorite songs I've ever made for sure. It's one of the first ones that had like a little bit of a viral moment on the talk. Yeah, I don't know, I just love the song. So this is the exact project file that I made the song in. One thing I will say, can you guys hear me okay? Can you let me know like in the chat? Like, can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? So one thing I'll say is I made this song on my old computer, which is like this. Oh God, I just turned phantom power on my mic on accident. So I made this thing on my old computer, this guy right here. And I mean, I stopped using this computer because it just started having so many issues, but when I got this new computer, I started fresh. So all of the plugins on here, like I just went one by one, you know, getting like all new shit. So some of the plugins on here I don't have. So there are a few sounds that are going to be missing, but I figured most people just wanted like the drop or like the main part of the song. So I have that. The only thing that I'm missing here is like the piano and the outro, and I'm down to just kind of go over what I did there. But yeah, that's basically it. So Again, this is straight up the project file. It's literally the name of it, Poison with DLG, slightly shorter, S2. That's like what ended up being the name of the project. But I think the bones of it is all here. It might be a little bit loud for you guys. It might be like a little bit louder. I might turn my mic just a little bit higher. All right, cool. All right, so let's go over Poison. I'll play it for you guys real quick. In my heart, is the sea. So you guys get it. Even then, it's missing like a few plugins, which I have now. I guess I just have different versions of them, like Magic Switch. I have Saturn 2. I don't have original Saturn. That's why this ARP here is like a little bit quiet. But you're still gonna get the idea of like what's going on here. So okay, let's start with the sauce here. So basically, the song starts off with this main synth, right? Which might take me a second to like figure out exactly which sound that is. Looks like it is this guy right here. Let me just double check. So that is, again, it's missing just a few plugins. I used to process stuff like a lot more than I do now. But this is a Farfisa. It's from the Arteria bundle. It's this run drive preset. I changed a few things. I'm pretty sure it had reverb on it when I first did it. I added some overdrive within the plugin, just under this like advanced section over here. I think it has a flanger on it as well, like an automatic flanger. So yeah, that's that. I mean, that's why it sounds like kind of phasey and stuff. Doing a lot of automation, like a ton of automation on songs. So this part right here, this was using the frequency shifter to make it go down right there in the intro. I think a lot of the song was the grain delay. So if you go further into the song, let's go to the grain delay here. If you go further into the song, like in this build-up, there's a lot of things that I'm automating in the grain delay. So there's this part before the second drop where the whole beat feels like it like crunches together. So that was all me. That honestly wasn't even the sound that I was looking for, to be honest. But there's like a crunch. Let me like find it. So that like crunch right there, I'm pretty sure. So it's not doing it because it's in a group right now. But that comes from this, I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check. Again, it's because it's in a group, so it's not going to show. Double check. Let me see. Not in there. Not in there. Oh, actually, so it's the grain delay. It is a grain delay. It's just the grain delay on these drums. So basically, like the theme of this song was just using that plugin. So I'll get to how I did that in a second, but it's the same thing. A lot of it was just automating both the spray and the frequency with the same automation. So that's going to make something go from on this like XY kind of grid from bottom left to top right at the same time. That's what made it feel like it kind of fell together. But okay, so that's like I digress. That's the main synth right here. It's Farfisa. The main bass under it was Reactor with decapitator and texture on it. I used this in like a song that I put out like forever ago called There For You. And I just reused this bass because I love it. It's just like a really thick like mid bass. And then I'm automating the pitch on it. And so those like jumps, I'm actually not clicking on like, I'm not actually like pasting all those notes in. Like I have like the da da da, like I have the 3 notes right there, which I just butchered. But the actual like pitch automation that you hear in between is just me drawing it in. So that, and when you do that, this kind of automation, like you can't see which note it's going to. It's just totally random, which is what I wanted. Like I wanted it to feel like dissonant and like fucked up, you know? One qualm I have with the song that I probably would have changed. It's like a funny bit. It's like I probably would have added some sub on this. I guess it's subby enough. Just when I play it live, that's the only thing, is I wish I had a little more sub, but I think I just need to, I might just do like a live edit, to be honest. But that's like that's the sauce of it. It's like this main Farfisa thing as the synth, and a lot of grain delay, like putting this whole thing together. Let's see what else is in here. So a lot of it is deactivated. This is straight up, you know, from the session. This looks like it's the ARP. So the ARP is the same sound, I believe, in Farfisa. No, it's a different sound in Farfisa, and I'm using the arpeggiator right here. What am I automating? Probably automating it at like a different point in the song. Let me see. Cool. So this thing is missing a chorus on it, and it's missing Saturn, so it's just a little quieter, but you still get the point. So without this auto filter though, it sounds like a lot more like chiptune-y and like noisy, but this auto filter, I turned the LFO on the auto filter, so that's why it sounds like you can almost see like an LFO doing this kind of thing, or you can almost hear it even though you can't see it. That's what I meant to say. It was like around here somewhere. Cool. So it's like there's an auto filter, like a frequency envelope that's like opening and closing. Shout out to whoever just followed me. Let's go. Levity in the chat. W for levity. I'm gonna hit them with a W. I'm gonna actually put the follower thing back up top. I don't know why I like put it down. Let me see. Oh no, that should have showed up. Cool. But yeah, that's like the response synth right here. One cool thing about this is I turned Yo-Man on. Yo-Man is like a chorus preset. I turned it on in the second half of the drop, so that's why this one sounds just like a little bit wider. And I'm probably automating a reverb out of there, it sounds like. Nice. Cool. So that's like the bulk of like the chords and the ARP and the bass. What else is happening here? What else is happening? I'm just gonna go, this is like not an organized project at all. Like this is straight up the project. And I did some of your VST2s also not load in Ableton. No, this project is from my old computer. And so when I got this new computer, I started fresh. So I don't have like, it's like all like brand new, you know? So I like a lot of the plugins, like I have Arcade on this computer. I just probably have a different version. I have Saturn 2 that I own, but I don't have Saturn 1. So it's just a bunch of shit like that. It's just outdated. But yeah, let's see what else is in here. So the second drop of the song, we could just jump straight to that before we get into the drums and stuff. The second drop of the song is kind of the more aggressive drop, right? So it's really kind of the live, I guess, like version, right, that I play. Here. So basically what we have going on there is that it's the same synth that was in the first drop, except I have LFO tool on it, and that's what's making it go. And I have just a bunch of stupid automation on it, to be totally honest. I mean, you guys can see, like, it's like everything is automating here, basically. I don't even remember what I did. Yeah, just this to make it, like, kind of pitch up and down. You know, this is like a pretty standard, like, Daniel Allen activities here, I guess, from, like, a year ago, or at least. And then there's I turned on a decapitator. Basically, in my mind, I was like, I just want to distort this drop and make it feel way bigger than the first one. And so that's like what I do with everything. So there's a call and response with this 808. Again, I would not do this today, but at the time I just clipped the shit out of this like standard 808. So without this clipping, it sounds like this. Has the Ableton click and everything. Wow, I just did not give a fuck. Here's clipped. Peep this 808 also not being in key. Gotta love it. You really gotta love it. Have this one shot right here. Halfway through. You get it. So yeah, that's like kind of the second drop. Let me see like what else I'm missing in here. What is this? This is probably the ARP resampled if I had to guess. Again, just wanted it to feel like way bigger than the first one, so I probably just distorted it and did some dumb shit to it. And then just, yeah, so I still have it set to, like, I'm pointing like you can see it. I still have it set to resampling right here from 4 Farfisa, so I probably just distorted the shit out of it and then resampled that distortion. Let's see, so this is a part of the verse right here. So yeah, this synth I use this using Rob's Moog 1 because no one was at the house. I'm pretty sure. I think I was the only one at I don't know him too well, but like a friend of a friend's house, and they had like a Moog 1 over there, yeah, I just played these chords. And I didn't know the chords actually like weren't in key with like the rest of the song. Like they weren't the chords that I was playing earlier, but somehow it ended up working out. But I don't even know what chords I was playing. Like it was not a very musical feat, but I like cut it up and tried to make it sound as like realistic as possible. And it's clipping. Like goes to show like some shit just really doesn't matter. Yeah, I definitely went too hot on the way in, but with the bass right here. So you could hear right there, that's the wrong chord for that bass note. Who cares though? It worked. Let's see, there's probably some stupid outtakes over here. Let's see what this is. Alright, cool. Whatever that is. Repro 5, let's see what we have going on here. This was kind of like, I was kind of at this point where I wanted to like find an interesting way for me to do melodies. And so I would literally just write out drones like this, and then I would start automating to come up with melodies. I did that with the bass, right? So on the bass, I have this right here. That's me like automating the pitch to come up with a melody. I did the same thing for repro, where I would literally just write out a drone and then automate a melody in. And the cool thing is it makes it sound like it's like falling, like it's like something that I'm actually playing musically, but it's like a step sequencer, like the way that this thing works. So I don't know what like the name of this is, but like you can hear every step down rather than it pitching like by every cent, you know? You know? Like you hear every note individually, which I thought was pretty cool. So that's that. One thing I'll say is I'm missing this, so I apologize. This is the outro piano. I was using Keyscape, Piano Centric, which was a plugin from a Waves bundle that I don't have anymore, and Sketch Cassette, but it was just like the outro piano. To be honest, my project files don't really look too much like this anymore. Like they're a lot more simple. But I mean, I definitely like understand why I was doing it this way. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the drums real quick. Here are the drums. Yeah, so this was like my first time doing more rap-oriented drums, I would say, in a song. Normally I did more like pop-oriented drums. Kick, pretty standard. Like, I'm not even gonna explain that. On the group I have standard clip. So I have it in two instances. So I have this kind of dry standard clip that's clipping everything, and then I'm pretty sure, yeah, so that second one just activates in the second drop. So when things get big, like I wanted everything to get bigger. So this is probably just clipping them a little bit more. You know? You could just hear it like, as opposed to just way more laid back over there. But yeah, I just wanted to literally change the tone entirely of that part of the song. Cool. So let's go into like the drums that are not the kick. Let's see what I got these from. Looks like this was like when I was definitely in like the consolidation phase of shit. So I would oh wow, I'm just missing so much of this. I did make this at Robbie's place. Yeah, I made it at his place when I don't remember who else was in the house. There was someone else in the house, and I was like, I had just done a session there, and then I think I don't remember if it was Bari. I just had like time there. I think I just had like, maybe it was Quan. I don't even remember, but I just had like a little bit of time there, and was like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna make this beat and then leave. And it was the last. It was like the last beat that I made there, and then I dipped out. So I did. That was shout out to Rob for letting me sit in there and use his synth, whether he knows or not. You know, maybe it was the night I met him. I don't even remember. I really don't remember. But anyways, claps. I was definitely like on a consolidation wave. Let me see. I'm trying to like, I need to like look up at the screen more to see the chat. I'm sorry guys. I'm very new to this. So Hat is from this loop that I probably just cut up a little bit from OS. They make really, really good shit. G4L, so it has to, that's a Monty Booker clap for sure. Very straightforward, to be honest. Like, this was just probably me drawing shit. Like, I think it was pretty important that I added this clap on just the 2 and 4, because this one is like, you know, this one adds a little bit of a transient to it. Like, straight up just a rap clap, but, you know, just made it pop out a little bit. It's like, I really used to be on my nerd shit a lot more than I am nowadays. Even though, no, I do flex on like some of the shit that's coming out this year, though, to be fair. I have some production moments. Let's go to this part of the song. So this part is like the build-up going into the second drop. So the thing about this project is like the grain delay is dope, but what it does is it offsets everything by like an eighth note when you use it. So I had to resample a lot of the song and then nudge everything back in eighth note for it to like work in context. But with this, the actual chords, I didn't resample it, so I'm still using the grain delay in MIDI, and it sounds it's off by an eighth note. Yeah. And normally, like, it's supposed to start on the 1 like it does here, right? So like with metronome, 1, 2, 3, 1, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So it's off by that eighth note, but I really like that because it almost feels like there's this metronome with this little click thing right here. And it always works live. I think people really find it like dope. So. So I still love that drop a lot. So here's what I did here. This is actually like an interesting technique that I do from, what's up, Nikita? There's like an interesting technique that I do from time to time. So what I'll do is I'll just actually recreate it. I won't get it exactly the same, but I do this a lot in sessions. Like if I'm like lost or trying to find like some sort of a, I don't know, like place to figure something out. So what I'll do is I will take, I'll take like a part of the song. I'll change the BPM. So it's at 146 right now. I'll bring it up to like 400 or something, like around there. And then I'll resample a drum groove. So I'll resample it like this. Oh shit, whoops. Resample it like this. I actually like that tempo on that. Then I bring it back to what it was, which was 146. I go in here and I go to repitch. All of these sound good, by the way. Like anytime you do this, it sounds like a really interesting like drum move. So that's with repitch. Repitch makes it sound like it's like the, you know, I'm That Man on the Moon type shit. That's like, it's literally like Kid Cudi inspired, you know? So that's what this buildup is. So instead of, as you can see, like I didn't pitch it down. Like that's not me pitching it down like an octave. Because pitching it down an octave would sound cool too, but it would just sound like a little bit more like grainy. I wanted it to sound like this, like it's underwater but pitched down. And so I do that a lot of the times because you can go through any single one of these. Like if you listen to Flume, he does this a lot, right? Like listen to this on texture mode. It's really just like that's just you like resampling the grains at a different BPM. So you can, if you can do this with like synths, you can do this with like drum grooves, you can do this with like literally anything you want to do. You can notice me like on the bottom left right here, just changing the grains around. The smaller they are, the closer the grains are. That's why it sounds like it's like a millisecond delay. And the farther out they are, the farther the grain, or the higher up, the farther the grains are. So it sounds like you can literally hear every little snippet. So this is all the way out, all the way down. So cool little sound design moment. Have been doing that like a lot. It's one of the things that has actually stood, I guess, the test of time of this project. That's still one thing that I do. But yeah, that's, you know, cool little sound design shit right there. Effects are really straightforward. Little risers into the drop. Nice. Like, that's it. Don't worry about it. This is just going into the next song. I have the song Too Close with Bloody White, and this was like this was like the transition into the next one. But I don't even have it. Whatever. That's like not even important. But let's go into the vocals now. So funny story about these vocals. So DLG was in actually really funny story just about this song in general. So when after I made this song or the beat at Rob's house, I made it to an instrumental. Obviously I didn't make it to a vocal. So much of the music I make these days is like specifically like tailored to some sort of a top line that I have. But at this time, like I literally just made the instrumental, and the project was like I liked it so much, and I basically had this. I didn't have the second drop, but I had like that, like the instrumental of that the first go around, and so I posted it on my story immediately, and DLG DM'd me and he's like, yo, send me this right now, like I wanna do something to it. And I was like, all right, cool, yeah, let's do it. I sent it to him, and then like 10 minutes later, my friend Deegan hits me up. He's like, yo, dude, like I love this, like I want to do something to it. And I was like, hey man, like I'm happy to send it to you, but just know I already sent it to my other friend, and because I didn't want it to be like they both send me stuff and then I have to like cut one of them off of it. So I was like, hey, just letting you know, I sent this to my other friend, but if you want to fuck with it or like take a stab at it, you know, or use the acapella for something else, you're more than welcome. Or if Dave doesn't come up with anything he likes, then it's yours. But I was just like, hey man, you know, I already sent it to someone else, but kind of it's yours to fuck with. He's like, okay, cool. So then this never happened before, but that night they both sent me vocals. Jeez, I keep hitting the mic. That night they both sent me vocals. Deegan sent me a version and Dave sent me a version. Dave is DLG. And both of the versions were really sick. You know, like some of them were like Dave's is what ended up being Poison, but Deegan, like I tried putting them both together. Like I tried having Deegan on a verse and Dave on a verse and all of that. But I ended up keeping Dave on this just because I gave it to him first and whatnot. And I felt like it fit the beat just a little bit better, but I love Deegan's top line. Like I thought it was really cool and really unique. And so what I did is I took Deegan's top line, which was the same key and BPM, and I made a song called Really Cool. And Really Cool was the song right before this in the project. So Really Cool is the same key and BPM as Poison. And so when I'm playing shows, it's a perfect transition. Let me see if I have Really Cool. I probably only have like the version that I play at like DJ shows. That's like, let me see. Really Cool Poison. So actually this is like what I'll play at shows is you can straight up just hear one song going into the other. So this vocal Deegan sang on this beat. So it's all of this stuff. That was originally on this beat. But then I made one song go into the other, and during shows I always do like a phone light moment for this song. And then it goes straight into this. So this is what it sounds like. So that's, I guess, like kind of the story of how I got like both of my friends on the song in that way, because I really really liked both versions, and I really wanted both my friends to be on it. But instead, I just got a second song out of it, and that's also how I ended up making this into a project. Is like, you know, I've never done like an interlude of any song before. So it was nice to like have a song that basically just has chords in it, and like that whole song is a build up into this song. So the last thing to go over real quick, that's like the vocal tangent, is the vocals. So since Dave sent me like the top line the same day, this is literally his like the recording from the day of. Like he recorded this in like 20 minutes, and he's like, hey man, just let me know if you need edits, let me know if you need another verse or if you need stacks. And I was just like, no, like this is all I need. Like I just want to work around what you sent me. I don't need any edits. So the exact vocals he recorded in 20 minutes are the final vocals of the song. There were never any edit or anything like that. So let's go over this real quick.
Pick my poison. It's that sweet. Whoa. Oh.
It's honestly like one of my favorite top lines that I have. So let's start right here. I'm pretty sure I know what I was doing. I was on some crazy, stupid way of producing back then. But hey, you know what? It's all part of the journey. Because I say that because I'm pretty sure this is the dry version and this is the wet version. Is that what I did? God, that's so dumb. But whatever. It's okay. It happens. Growth. So
Pick my poison.
I remember I was like, what was I doing? Am I like automating the mix on this delay? Or am I doing that on the group? God, look how terrible this is. Like, look at all this. This is so dumb. So I'm automating the delay for pick my. I guess it worked. It worked. You can't knock it. So, but I was automating this delay, right, on the group.
At least it's sweet. Whoa. Oh.
I guess that's like what gave me the most control in that moment, was like to just automate literally everything. What am I doing with utility? What am I doing with Valhalla? Yeah, just straight up. Oh my god, just happen to have a reverb in the first chorus only. Oh, okay, every chorus. Okay, I guess that works. It's just so crazy. So this looks like it's the lead vocal. I'm guessing this is a reverb layer.
Pick my poison.
I don't know the purpose of this at all.
At least it's sweet.
Just like a stack, I guess, with some reverb. Didn't pan it left or right. Nice. You gotta love it. Some pan layers right here. This is left.
No.
For the bridge.
No.
Right for the bridge. Just a reverb layer right here, it looks like. Together.
No.
Yeah. That's like that part. Alvin the Chipmunk Slayer, probably. I was on this thing where I would always do an octave up on beats mode because it felt like the most warped and messed up, which I just always enjoyed.
Pick my poison.
Regular layer, just really a lot of stacks. This is with UAD raw. It's like it's a free distortion that comes with an Apollo if you have one, or anything UAD, for like a little throw right there. See what else we got.
Pick my poison. Pick my poison.
See with all the stacks.
Pick my poison.
That's just the stacks, no lead. No, now it's just all the stacks.
Pick my poison.
There we go. No, now it's all the stacks. There we go.
At least it's sweet.
And yeah, literally automating every fucking thing I can. I have a reverb on here automating. I have a delay automating right here. Like, just on some crazy shit, but I guess it's what was working for me at the time. It was just like an insane amount of automation on literally everything. And then I think January of this year is when I started going a lot lighter on automation. But then it was normalized because one of my producer friends, Weedy, showed me that he automates a lot of shit. And I was like, okay. I'm like, thank you for the validation that automating is okay. Yeah. I mean, that's basically Poison, I think. I mean, very not representative at all of how I would make a song today, or like what a project file of mine would look like. But here's the thing: is with this song, so with this song and with Minuteman, I mixed and mastered all of them. Minuteman I mixed and mastered, and it got all the love, like it was on the New Music Fridays of the world and stuff. This I mixed and mastered, and it was on, or it just had like a pretty big TikTok moment. It's like one of my bigger songs, so it just goes to show like getting people to mix and master your shit is definitely beneficial. Like it can totally, like, I'm dropping a song this month called Ball. I'm dropping 2 songs this month that I had mixed for me by someone else, and that person did a better job than me. But it also goes to show that to have like a song that people enjoy, you're the only person that's going to hate the mix. You're the only one that's going to be like, okay, like this mix isn't good enough, or this master isn't good enough. Like, people can enjoy a song plenty if you like, you don't have to have someone else do it. It's not like you need like money, or you need like all these things to like be able to like make a song do like well. You can totally do it yourself. Like, look at this fucking master chain. I had an exciter on it, I had 2 imagers, and I had a limiter. Like, there was nothing else. That's it. That's final. You know, this limiter is doing nothing. It's like plus 2 dB, you know? And it was like good enough for people to like the song, you know? And same with Minuteman. Like, I did all that myself. And it's not to say like that mixers aren't amazing. Like, I went with a mixer on Ball because I A/B'd and I asked all of my friends which version was better, and they all said his version was better. And sometimes like you need that kind of perspective, but it's not necessary, you know, like you don't need that to have a song that does well. So yeah, I'll leave it here for just a minute if anyone has any like kind of questions for me. I feel like there are just a few of you in here, which is cool. I like that. It's like I'm out here getting started, going little by little. But if any of you guys have any like producer questions about this song specifically, or just in general, I would do Gorgeous, yes. If you have any questions in general, I'm super down to answer them. You know, do whatever you guys are looking for. But yeah, I will do a breakdown of Gorgeous. I will be doing a lot of Rio songs on stream here this year. So I'm gonna leave that at that, and you can think whatever you want of it. But I'm gonna be doing a lot of Rio songs on here. He's definitely like one of my favorite peoples to work with. What's up with Project Astro? Astro's it's a project that I worked on a song on it. It's my homie Twirls, and I did a song on there. It's dope. Shout out Astro. Yeah, it's a big vibe. Oh man. Oh, I still need to. That reminds me. I need to put you guys in a group text, John. You and Rio. I'll do it today. What else? Let's see. What's your go-to saturation plugin for synths/leads? It's a good question. Honestly, man, I will say like it really depends. I would say try a lot of ones that people aren't using. I think that's really interesting. That's one thing like Weedy put me onto. I'm not gonna like come on here and just talk, like give away his sauce, but like he just uses a lot of plugins that you wouldn't necessarily see people use, like in terms of like effects. Like he's all about like, I've learned so much from him, and he's someone I can call like a close friend now, but like I've learned so much from just working around him and other producers, of course. But his like whole philosophy on sound design is, you know, just like take a simple sound, the simplest sound possible, and affect it in the most interesting way possible. So like, you know, for me, so straight up answer for you, Nikita, like I'll use Saturn, like I'll use UAD Raw, like I'll use a bunch of shit, but I'll always try like free plugins or things that like you wouldn't necessarily go to. Like, let me just show you, right? So there are just a bunch of free plugins that I'm always looking at getting. Like I got some yesterday. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I don't even remember the name of them. Oh, like here's this, like I made this yesterday, called it LTC style chords, right? With just free plugins. It's not much, right? But let me like both of these are free plugins, and this is like a lead, right? This rift shit is what's making it sound like super like messed up. And you can just do all these crazy things with just a free plugin. And how much you know, that's it. You know? So I'm definitely on the wave of like using free, weird shit that, you know, you find on the internet. I've been really on Reddit, like looking for plugins, looking for samples for like kind of the next chapter of my shit. But yeah, Nikita, my best answer is like, you know, that's a good question, right? Like use like the saturations of the world, even Ableton Saturator, OTT, like those are good sources of saturation for leads, but also like don't sleep on, you know, things that you wouldn't necessarily think to use, you know. I'll clip leads, you know, I'll do a bunch of shit to leads. Yeah. So I will leave it open for 30 more seconds probably, in case anyone wants to hit me with anything. Oh my god. But yeah, I'll do gorgeous to whoever that was I was asking. Shout out to you, Sheeper WR for you. What am I most excited for this year music wise? In terms of me putting out music, I don't know if that's what you're asking. I mean, I'm putting out like fucking like at least I'm putting out like 20 songs this year. I mean, I'm doing like, I mean, I will tell you off stream, but I have like I have my first 10 releases of the year slated, like ready to go. And I'll be done with those. I'll be done with those by May. And then I'm dropping another, I'm just dropping so much shit. Like I'm, basically like my goal this year that I'm most excited about is I'm just trying to build out my catalog to replace a lot of the old pop stuff and just be live, just shit that goes at shows. So I'm like, I've been quiet about it. I've been quiet about it for like good reason. This year, DA tour when this year. But I will talk about it a little bit more soon. But yeah, I think I will be in Chicago actually. So yeah, I mean that's the most exciting thing is like just putting out a bunch of songs that are like meant for shows that are like, you know, cool electronic music. You know, going back to the roots out here. Love you, man. All right, well, I think that is everything. I don't think there are any more production related questions. But yeah, appreciate you guys popping in, even though it was just a few of you guys. I love starting small. Yeah, glad you guys enjoyed. Peace.